Big fan. I'll just cut right to the chase. I recently started a new job, and it's a warehouse job. I like it. It's pretty easy, to be honest. And everybody's like really nice, but my one issue is, I guess they're like really masculine is the only way I know to describe it. Cause like, they just like do weird shit. Like sometimes they'll like bark and shit to like
DMX.
pump each other up. And like, I have autism. And I don't know how to
Wow, man, this onions getting peeled.
like that.
What an awesome drop of having autism right there. It's like this guy doesn't understand like basic hellos, and these guys are barking at each other. This guy can't read the most straightforward social cues. And what the fuck is he supposed to do when grown men are fucking acting like Rottweilers? This poor autistic guy,
Like,
dude.
is this one on me or
Yeah,
you?
yeah. That's tough. All right, we're gonna try and help our friend here. Let's go.
Hey, I have autism, and I don't know how to fucking react to shit like that. Like, one of my managers, he just, like, started barking at me, and I was just like, okay, and I think he got his feelings hurt, because I didn't, like, I don't know if I'm supposed to bark back, or, like, or be like, fuck yeah, or whatever, but it made me uncomfortable, and there's, like, a lot of other shit that's like this, like the type of jokes that they tell and the shit that they talk about. It's just like, it's like the Joe Rogan podcast, like every single one of their conversations, no offense to Joe Rogan, but it's like they're always talking about weird shit. Like, they had a dead-ass conversation about polar bears for about 5 minutes, and the verdict of the conversation is that would fuck you up. Anyways, I'm just trying to find a way to fit in a little bit better, because it seems like the people who fit in usually go higher, like in the company.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I'm trying to get promotions and shit, so I want people to like me.
Yep.
And I don't really know how to react to this shit. So yeah, thanks, Stav.
That's tough.
I would do like a reboot, like a rebranding, like the wrestlers do. I'd walk in like the fucking junkyard dog. Yeah. Just a chain around your neck. My dog's at.
Yeah, you need to come up with use your own powers and come up with an algorithm to a formula for how often to bark. And when your phone goes off, you let off a couple barks. It's tough to be. I mean, yeah, this is tough for anyone, let alone again a non-autistic, like someone with autism in a place where these social cues are inscrutable.
But I feel like he has a pretty good handle on the situation, and it seems like,
yes.
And I don't know if he's above this, but it seems like all he has to do is bark a little bit, and the problem is solved. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, you got a good job. You know, I mean, yeah, it's annoying, but if you just throw in a couple of woofs,
yeah, but it's tough to. A woof is a hard, like...
You're not going to come around on the type of people if those aren't your speed of people.
Sure.
So you just, you know, just bark a little bit.
But I think the problem is a misplaced bark could do a lot of damage too. You know, it's like, for example, if you have an autistic friend, like, who it doesn't really matter to them about, like, asking how your day was, but they know to be like, hello, Gwen. How was your weekend? You can like know how to do that, even though they don't give a fuck at all. But they're like, this is polite. I understand. Intellectually, I understand it, even though it doesn't mean anything to me. It's hard to be like, you know, depending on the pitch of the bark, you must bark back, or you'll say, or call him a little dick homosexual if he barks a certain way. Or, you know, it's a little. These are a little tough to
just
navigate.
Maybe fall into the pack.
Well, I would say this, right? If they're in the Rogan zone and they like talking about obscure shit, you got to have some kind of autistic.
In the pocket.
You got to have some autistic. What's your autistic thing you zero in on?
Right.
Start doing a little bit about how the pyramids were built. Put some of the autism like super focus on a thing. no, I'm not telling you to get into bodybuilding or something like that, but it's like, don't try and become those guys. Try and kind of use what's awesome about you to kind of win over friends, I think. Like, get in the zone and be like they like talking about weird shit. Be the guy who has an interesting, weird topic. And yes, them being like polar bears will fuck you up. These are not savants, right? Like, it's not going to be hard to impress them.
Take the broader conversation and then add a very specific, unique element to it, right? So, like, you're talking to, like, Rogan guys, so you talk about hunting. Right?
Yeah.
But then tell them how you hunt hummingbirds.
Yeah. Like, what? Yes, learn something.
My dog.
Yeah. Arf.
Yeah.
Learn something strange. Like, I think that's your better bet. And just like, you know, the barking. I really would like to be around these guys and see what's going on.
Yeah, that's
because I feel like I know these guys. I do know there's like, you could just go in there, you know, kind of shit on them, bust balls, call them, you know, call somebody a bitch, that kind of thing. But that's not you, and I think it's not like, that's not the way to kind of. You don't want to be faking something that you don't have. So I would just say, try and get into some of these dumbass conversations with like fun facts. Or what are you into? Are you an elevator autistic guy? Are you a train autistic guy? Can you aim that to cars? Because I guarantee you, if you know about car, like the great equalizer for me in situations like, because I was at a machine shop, one of my first jobs, and like, you know, or any time I have to, like, I'm at some kind of barbecue or friends thing, it's like some of the great equalizers for me has always been sports in a situation like this, you know, and it's like, do you have any interests that overlap with meatheads at all? And cars might be where's the Venn diagram? Is cars in there? Is like, it's kind of mechanical, you know what I mean? Like, you might, you know, like, is guns in there? Do you like fucking, you know, do you like the mechanism of a gun? Can you talk about that? You don't like you don't like the stand your ground aspect of it. You don't want to turn it on a ethnic teenager like they might in their fantasies, if you know. His daughter, who he's estranged from, calls and tells him a Puerto Rican was rough with her. This guy's got the fucking Magnum ready to go in his dreams. Yeah. You won't be able to stop him from barking if that happens.